Okay, welcome. This video got some survival knots, a lot of my favorites in here. Take a moment, pause real quick, get used to this nomenclature, and we'll get to our first knot. First knot's going to be a nice simple slip knot, taking an overhand loop, threading a bight through that loop. Very basic knot, works really well for attaching things, cinching around things. It'll tighten up nicely. For instance, if we take a poncho, take the hood, turn that into a button of material, slip knot over the top. Very easy way of fastening down material. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make that again. Overhand, bight running through. Keep this one nice and loose with a little longer tail. Now this working end, we're going to thread that through our loop, pinch back on itself, and now pull on that standing part and snap that bowline into place. So our snap bowline, very useful. You can also use it to thread around or through objects. So I go ahead and make that again, nice and loose, so trick. Thread whatever you want onto that working end, and then you can thread through your loop to make that snap bowline. Secure around or through any object. Another way we can attach our line to, say, like a grommet on our poncho is with a girth hitch. So I take a bight, thread that through. Now don't pull your tails yet, but place them through that bight, and now pull them both through all the way. Cinch it down good and tight, that way it will not come undone. Now at some point you're going to need to join two lines together, so a common square knot or bend. I'm going to take that right hand over left hand side. Now that left hand is going to go over the right hand side. It's going to come together very nicely, have a very nice smooth bind, just like that. Easy to untie. All you do is take one side, separate the ends, and apart it comes into a girth hitch. Another great bend, a little bit more secure, is the Zeppelin. So I take a 6 underhand and a 9 overhand. Place that 9 on top of the 6. The tail of that 9 tucks up and through both loops, and that 6 tail goes down and through both loops. Pull those all together. Come into a nice, very uniform bend. Very easy to untie as well. Now say you want to attach your line to some sort of tree or stake or branch. I'm going to do a clove. So I go around one turn, come back and cross, take my tail underneath that crossing portion and pull it tight. Very secure, easy to undo by just grabbing that cross. Now there is a variation with this one you can do called a snow clove. Take a bight instead of the tail. Easy to untie when, say, your lines are frozen up. Now another way of fastening around like a branch or even a tree itself is I want to take my line around, pull tight tension, cross over it, and while I'm crossing over, keep that tension, go ahead and pinch right there where it's crossing. I want to take a bight, go up and through the portion next to my branch or tree or whatever, take that bight down and now through the loop it just formed. And pull that nice and tight. This is going to be that halter hitch. Very convenient, easy to tie, easy to untie. Now of course, if I'm worried about it coming undone, I can make a little underhand or overhand as needed. As long as it's trapping that line, slip it over that bight, and I have this safety hitch in place. That way you can tug on that line all you want, it's not going to come undone. Undo real quick, easy to pull off and remove your line. Sometimes you want to get a little bit more tension on your material, so go ahead, show you guys a trucker hitch variation. Just secure your line to your poncho however you want. Simple girth hitch will do. Going around your object, my foot in this case. Now I can go, if the grommet's close enough, I can just go through the grommet itself. Makes it real simple. Now it gives me a little mechanical advantage. Pull it nice and tight, pinch, and then I'm just going to make a bite and do what we call a half hitch. Just going underneath through that loop it just formed, pulling it nice and tight. One half hitch, you can do a second one for even more security, or that safety hitch. But while I do that, say that your poncho isn't that close and you need to get a little bit more tension. Zoom in real quick, we'll get a small bite formed. So I want to take a underhand in this case, and I want to grab a bite from my working end and pull that through so I have that slip knot, just like we made in the first one. Now that slip knot, I'm going to run my working part through, and now I have a mechanical advantage, a theoretical 3-to-1. I can tension down on my line, pinch when I'm happy with the tension, go ahead and put in a half hitch. Taking a bite, running it through that small loop. Perfect. Of course I can add another half hitch, or I could put in that safety hitch just to make it a little bit more secure. Once again, with that safety hitch, you want to make sure you trap that working end inside that hitch, just like so. Not going anywhere. Easy untie, easy to readjust, tension is needed. Now for all my lines, I want to keep them organized, and one way we can do that is with a daisy chain. So I take all the ends of my lines, I'm just going to make a slip knot. So once I got my slip knot with all those lines, I just take a bite, thread it through. And you just keep repeating this process. Eventually get to the end, all you have to do is pull all those ends all the way through. That's it. Sometimes you'll have one piece of paracord, not sure what to do with it. Well, you can make what we call a hank of paracord, or hank of 550. I just take a tail, trap in my thumb, go across my pinky, and just back and forth like I was mooring a boat. Go all the way till you get a bit tail hanging off the end. Once you take it off, keep it all together. I'm going to take that long tail, I'm going to start wrapping it around full turns all the way. Keep it nice and tight, make it last a little bit longer. Once I get to the end of that tail, I want to go ahead and tuck it underneath itself in the same direction as I started with that line. And just like that, tucked under, pull it nice and tight. To undo my hank, all I'd have to do is grab this long tail and pull it, and the whole thing will come unraveled without any knots in it.